Hello students, today we will start Unit 4 Electronic Spreadsheet. As you all know, in our daily life or at workplace, we have to perform various calculations. Various methods are used depending on the nature of calculations. We use our fingers or mental calculations to perform simple calculations and use a calculator for longer calculations. In science and engineering, scientific calculators are used to perform complex calculations. Spreadsheet application is tool which is used to perform all kinds of calculations easily and accurately. In your childhood, you might have used a special notebook with small cells marked with rows and columns to practice mathematics. We have also learned the multiplication tables using with the help of rows and columns. Now let me introduce you with spreadsheet. Spreadsheet is a long sheet of rows and columns on the computer screen to do data analysis and calculations. In other words, a spreadsheet is a grid which interactively manages and organizes data in rows and columns. It is also called as electronic spreadsheet. Now there are the uses of spreadsheet. It is used for performing simple mathematical calculations. It is used for performing complex calculations using formula and functions. It is used for arranging data in ascending and descending order. It is used for filtering the data. It is used to check the validity of data. It is used for protection of data using passwords. Now students, how to start Microsoft Excel? You have to click on Start button, then click on the Microsoft Office and click on Microsoft Excel. The Excel spreadsheet window will open. Now there are the parts of the Excel window. These parts are title bar. The title bar is located at the top. It shows the name of the current spreadsheet. Menu bar. It is located just below the title bar. It contains the menus with commands for each tasks. Each menu item has a submenu called pull down menu. Toolbars. The Excel opens with the standard and formatting toolbars at the top of the workspace by default. These toolbars provide a wide range of common commands and functions. Standard toolbar. Standard toolbar shows the icons for most common operations such as editing, arranging, filtering, used while working on the spreadsheet. Formatting toolbar. Formatting toolbar has the most common operations related to formatting data sheet. It includes buttons for font selection, size of text, alignment, cell value, formatting and indentation. Formula toolbar. It allows entering and editing the formula in the cell. Name box. It shows the cell reference, for example, A1, A2. Worksheet. The worksheet in Excel is also referred to as spreadsheet. The spreadsheet can have many sheets. Each sheet can have many individual cells arranged in rows and columns. The Sheet tab shows its default names as Sheet 1, Sheet 2, Sheet 3, and so on. Rows and columns. The vertical lines are called columns and the horizontal lines are called rows. The rows are numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4 and the columns are numbered as A, B, C, D. Cell and cell address. The intersection of a row and a column is called a cell. It is the basic element of a spreadsheet. It holds data such as text, numbers, formulas, and so on. A cell address is denoted by its column and row number. For example, D4, E9, Z89 are the valid examples of cell address. Active cell. In a spreadsheet, cell is the place where we enter the data. Before entering any data in the cell, it has to be first selected by placing a cursor on it. When we position the mouse cursor on a cell, it gets selected and is ready to take data from the user. The selected or activated cell is called as active cell. It is always highlighted with a thin border. Range of cells. A block of adjacent cells in a worksheet which is highlighted or selected is called range of cells. Column range is the number of cells spread across the column. The cell address is represented by single column letter and multiple row numbers in a sequence. Row range is the number of cells spread across the row. The cell address is represented by single row number with columns varying. Now, how to enter data in a spreadsheet? To enter any data in a spreadsheet, practically in the cell, it is required to select the cell. Cell can be selected by positioning the pointer in a cell. The data to be entered in a cell can be label, values, or formula. Label is the any text entered by using a keyboard. It may combine with letters, numbers, and special symbols. By default, the labels are left aligned. Values. The numerical data consisting of only numbers are called values. By default, values are right aligned. Formula. Any expressions that begins with an equals to sign is treated as formula. In the expression, the equal to sign followed by values, comma, cell address and functions are called as formula. When a formula is entered in a cell in a worksheet, the value of the equation is displayed in the cell and the formula is shown in the formula bar. Now, how to perform mathematical calculations using operators? Dear students, spreadsheet software has the most powerful features to calculate numerical data using formula. As we use a calculator for calculations, similarly, we can use the Excel for calculations. Excel uses standard operators for formula such as plus, minus, multiplication, division for arithmetic operations. Now, formula with cell addresses and operators. The main advantage of entering formula with cell addresses and operators work just like a variable. When the values of cells concerned change, the result obtained by the formula also gets updated accordingly. Now, how to insert columns in a worksheet? The steps for that is position the cursor in any cell of the column before which you want to insert the column. Then click on Home tab. Then click on Insert drop down arrow in the cells group and click on Insert Sheet column. The column will get inserted in your worksheet. Use of functions to do calculations. Dear students, when there is a large quantity of data, it becomes difficult and complex task to write formula using only the cell addresses. In such situations, Excel provides built-in functions. The commonly used basic functions in Excel are sum. It adds the values contained in a range of cells. Average. It finds out the average of the values contained in a range of cells. Max. It finds out the largest value contained in a range of cells. Min. It finds out the smallest value contained in a range of cells. Count. It counts the number of cells within the range of cells. Formatting the worksheet. Now, how to format the worksheets or cells? The cell holds any type of data in the worksheet. The cell data can be formatted using formatting toolbar. The formatting toolbars contains the tools like font. It is used to apply different font styles on the worksheet. Font size. It is used to apply different font sizes on a worksheet. Bold. It is used to make the selected text bold. Italics. It is used to make the selected text italics. Underline. It is used to underline the selected text. Left alignment. It is used to align text in a cell to the left. Center alignment. It is used to align text in a cell to the center. Right alignment. It is used to align text in a cell to the right. Increase decimal places. It is used to show more precise value by showing more decimal places. Decreased decimal places. It is used to show less precise decimal places. Now, use of dialog boxes to format values. Dear students, it is also possible to format the cell using Format Cells dialog box. The Format Cells dialog box can be opened by clicking on Format Cells in the Format drop-down arrow in Cells group under Home tab. Now, formatting a range of cells with decimal places. Dear students, the division of different numbers may result in varied decimal places in the quotient. In such cases, it is necessary to format the number to a fixed number of decimal places. Now, steps to format a cell to the required number of decimal places. Select the range of cells. Open the Format Cells dialog box. Click the Number tab. Select the number and change the decimal places as required. Click on OK. Now, students, formatting a range of cells with the help of labels. Students, in a telephone number, the STD code starts with 0. But while entering the telephone number with the STD code, the first digit 0 disappears from the telephone number. This is because the telephone number is stored as a numeric value and the numeric value does not have a preceding 0. If you make these numeric values as text, then the complete telephone number will appear with the preceding 0. So, format the whole range of cells consisting of telephone number as text. Now, how to format a range of cells as text? For that, select the range of cells, then open the Format Cells dialog box, then click the Number tab, select Text option, click on OK and then enter the number. You can format the cells and change the alignment of the cell range also. The labels and values can be aligned to the left, center and right of a cell range by using the alignment icons left, right, center which are available on the standard toolbar. Now, how to change the alignment? For that, select the range of cells, then open the Format Cells dialog box, then select the Alignment tab, then select the alignment as left, right or center according to your choice, then click on OK. Dear students, the most important ability of a spreadsheet is to drag and drop the contents of one cell to another by using a mouse. Excel includes several other tools for automating input, especially of a repetitive task. They include the fill tool, selection lists, and the ability to input information into multiple sheets of the same window. Now, using the fill handle. First of all, let me explain you fill handle. The small black square in the bottom right corner of the selected cell or range is called a fill handle. The Excel fill handle tool is used to fill the next cells till you drag it with the next predefined value. For example, if you want to fill the numbers in sequence of 1, 2, 3, 4 or days of month, weeks like Monday, Tuesday or month names as January, Feb, enter the first two values, select them and drag to the next cells till you wish to continue the series in sequence. Now, how to enter the number of series using fill handle? Type the number 1 and 2 in two consecutive cells and select them using a mouse. Click on the right down or corner of the selected cells. Hold down the first button of mouse and drag downward till you want to continue. Now, copying a formula. Students, if you wish to apply the same formula to the number of cells in the rows or columns, you need not to enter the formula again and again in each cell. A formula can be copied. It saves the time and efforts in the case of long and complex formula and reduces changes of errors. Now, how to copy and paste formula from one place to another place? For that, select the cell, copy the content of the selected cell by pressing Ctrl plus C, select the cell to which the formula is to be pasted, then paste the contents in the selected cell by pressing Ctrl plus V. Now, use of fill handle for copying formula. For that, you have to select the cell which contains the formula, then click the small black square in the bottom right corner of the selected cell, drag the fill handle up to the required cells. Your formula will get copied. Now, your next topic is referencing. Now, let me introduce you first of all referencing. Referencing is the way to refer the formula or function from one cell to the next cell along the row or column. There are three types of referencings: absolute referencing, relative referencing, and mixed referencing. Now, relative referencing. A relative reference is one of the types of cell reference in Excel. It is the type of reference which changes when the same formula is copied to any other cells or in any other worksheet. Suppose in the cell A1 we have the formula B1 plus C1, and when we copy this formula to cell B2, the formula becomes C2 plus D2. Absolute referencing. An absolute reference in Excel refers to a reference that is constant so that rows and columns do not change when copied. It contains a dollar sign in the row or column coordinate or both. For example, $C, $12, $D, $5. Mixed referencing. A mixed reference in an Excel spreadsheet refers to a cell that contains both absolute and relative references. An absolute reference is a number that remains the same, and a relative reference is a number that changes when a formula or function is applied to a new cell. For example, H2 plus C$14. Now, the next topic is creating charts in spreadsheet. Dear students, it is not easy to compare analysis or present data when they are represented as numbers. But when data are presented in the form of charts, they become an effective tool to communicate. The various types of charts available in Excel are column chart, This chart compare classes of data items in groups. Bar chart. Again this chart compare classes of data items in group. Line chart. Compare classes of data items in group. Pie chart. Comparing classes of data items as percentage. XY scatter chart. Comparing data in pairs.